Yes, so Soraka and Warwick. Alright, let's see. Be cool if they made an ultimate or legendary skin for Warwick that featured him in his stabilized form with the lore too. I mean, honestly, yeah, that would be cool. I do like the Earth skin that they made for Warwick though. That he killed Earth, literally killed Earth. All right, let's go. Wait, is the next
Welcome,
one?
ladies and gentlemen.
Is the next one? Oh, it's Darius and Draven. No, I hope for Draven and Riven, but okay.
This is Targan here once again, bringing you.
What do you mean, Jackie? Jackie Love, what are you wadding about? You didn't know that Raka turned Warwick into Warwick? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The Soraka turned Warwick. So Warwick was a human being, and Raka turned him into the wolf. It's like she portrayed to the world what he is, something like that. She's like a goddess of the moon or some shit like that. Yeah, and I think Warwick is now forever like wants to kill Soraka because of it, or some shit like that. I think that's the original lore. And yeah, I'm actually gonna watch every video, and if all of these videos are old lore that are not canon anymore, I will look for all the canon videos. I want to see the differences. Yeah, it's gonna be a it's gonna be a stream. It's like I'm here till like the next week. So, I wish I was here till next week. All right, let's go.
Another lore of League of Legends. In this episode, we're going to talk about Warwick and Soraka,
Let's
as
go.
well as the relationship between those two.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Soraka, the Star Child of Ionia, was probably...
Well, so here's the thing. So I posted a video on YouTube. I don't know if you saw it, and like reacting to the MMORPG. Where is it? So my most popular video by far, 4,000 views, right? Yeah, I found you through. Okay, so yeah, nice, awesome. I'm glad that it actually brings people to the stream. So yeah, so because of this, I want to know all the lore, because people were kind of like telling me that like you don't know shit about shit right now. So I'm like, okay, well, I better find out if I want to keep talking, because I believe every year you're gonna have a Riot MMO discussion. Every time like it comes closer, there's going to be an update, there's going to be another video. I want to be able to participate in the conversation, so I want to know what I'm talking about, and like actually give like a better, like a more reasonable argument. Because right now I gave arguments based on what I know from MMOs, because I've been playing MMOs forever, but I can't argue like points that have to do with the lore because I don't know it, right? And I did make arguments about the lore because I thought I knew it, and people called me out on it, and I was like, well, maybe I should learn my shit. Maybe I should find out. But yeah.
the first creature of a kind to ever step onto Valora.
You need to have
On
the...
the continent, no.
What is that thumbnail? Bat chest thumbnail? What does that mean? I'm so new to Twitch and like all this shit, so it's like I don't know. The surprised face. Oh, is that what it is? Surprised face? Bro, I know what you... Oh, okay, I see. Like in the video thumbnail. I have no idea how to edit shit. I'm probably at some point I'm gonna stream myself learning Photoshop. It's like I'll be learning Photoshop, streaming myself learning Photoshop and making thumbnails. I actually want to see... So it's like, you know how like everyone posts videos, but no one shows how they make the videos. So it's actually really hard for me to find like specifically the stuff I want. Like I see like, let's say a Savix video, and I'm like, how did he edit this? How did he edit that? How does he like add this thing? And I want to see that actually happen, but I don't see any videos actually showing like how they're doing it. So it's like what my future goal is actually, like when I make a YouTube video and I'm editing it, I also want to make a separate video of me editing the video. I don't know if it'll be interesting or stuff, but I feel like it would be, first of all, it's great for me, like as in like learning experience, but also I feel like it would be interesting and like would help people like figure out specific edits that they want to do. I feel like that would be cool. Yeah, content by making content. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Contentception, yeah. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
Knows many mages who tap magical power of runes into their spells to achieve.
The other thing is, like, I know what you mean, the surprise face. I'm not gonna lie, so... let me see, there's, I hate this. You see this? You see this reaction here? Right here, the Warhammer 40,000? I hate seeing that. I don't know what it is. I hate it. It feels so fake. It's like, oh, it's so cringe. I know. I hate looking. I was like, oh my god, bro. Like everyone does it. It's like, new patch. It's like, oh my god. But it brings the views. It does. It does. But I hate it. And like, I want to avoid doing stuff like that. I want to like, actually like, I would take a snapshot of me being actually surprised, so it actually is authentic. I would look through my video and to see at what point I am surprised, and I would use it, because those ones, they feel so fake. It's like, you know, he did it for the thumbnail, right? It's like, you see, it's like he definitely did it for the thumbnail. Like, you watch the video, he's never like, he's never doing that. All right, so it's like, like, I don't know, I cringe from it. It's like, I don't know, I'm a big proponent of authenticity, and like, I know the thumbnails are never authentic, but it's like, I feel like they should be, you know. But I don't know, maybe I'm just gullible, maybe I'm just like naive, thinking that that would work, but like, I don't know, that's just me, you know.
For particular effect, Soraka has been reaching out much further. She was reaching out to the power of the cosmos and the stars themselves in order to gain her magical power. While power of the runes is limited and often corrupting, that couldn't be said about pure magic coming from the stars.
Okay.
The power that Soraka possessed was meant to be used for healing, and Soraka has used its potential as much as she could.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, she could used to be an immortal being, watching worlds from far beyond.
Oh, yeah. She gave up her immortality. I believe that's what happened. She gave up her immortality to turn Warwick into what he is. But again, I'm just ruining the video if like I'm gonna like keep saying shit like that.
Sacrificed her immortality in order to help living beings.
Yeah.
For centuries she has lived in an ancient grove where people could always come and beg for her help. More often than not, she would help them.
Yeah, by the way, I didn't realize this. I thought Soraka was like a goat with like skinny legs, but man, those thighs are thick. Straight up. Like, look at that shit. Maybe she's an A cup, whatever, but like those are some thick thighs, okay? This girl squats for sure.
When a man called Warwick entered her grove, she was willing to help him, just like anyone else. He was carrying his own dead wife in his arms, begging Soraka to heal her and give her life back. Everything that Soraka had tried had no effect, and so she had to give up. With no way to help his wife, Soraka offered her guidance to the desperate man to help him alleviate his pain. Warwick would refuse and run away from the grove, angry for his loss and unwilling to listen to Soraka's advice.
Okay.
Yet he would return a few days later to listen to the Star Child's advice. They had spent many days together, as Warwick had been learning to live with his loss, to accept it and to let it go.
I feel like this is completely not what I remember.
Healer would even grow attached to the man over time. One day Warwick would announce that he found the men who'd murdered his wife, and informed Soraka that nothing but revenge could help heal his pain. He assured her that death wouldn't be the worst thing that could happen to him, as he would at least find his peace. Ignoring her pleas, Warwick left the grove. At first Soraka wanted to let him go, as the stars had suggested, but she would decide that she had to intervene and protect the man. When Soraka stepped out into the outer world for the first time in her life, she soon found Warwick fighting off a group of men. The situation had been looking grim, and her friend was desperately trying not to fall. Soraka ran in and began to heal his wounds, but for every wound she could heal, 2 more were inflicted. Feeling powerless, Soraka charged in and called the power of the stars.
Bro, I know at some point her Q, like the falling stars that did like an AoE damage around her, was like, it wasn't OP, but it was pretty strong. Yeah, it wasn't this strong. Okay, like, let's be real. Okay, like, it's like, it's not gonna like be the game changer here.
She was never supposed to use it that way, but at this point she was focused on saving her friend's life, no matter what the cost would be.
I do not remember them being
light
friends.
To strike 2 opponents of Warwick, she would scare them away, but at the same time her celestial form had slowly faded out, and the voices of the stars in her head were getting more and more silent. Their power was still within her, but she could no longer ask for their guidance. Slowly approaching Warwick, she could kneel down and heal his wounds, one by one, comforting the man and herself. Maybe she had broken the rules that were given to her, but at least she had saved her close friend. That was
I do not remember them being friends at all. That is so weird.
Until she could feel the sharp pain below her ribs, as Warwick had pulled a knife from his sleeve and shoved it deep into Soraka's flesh.
What an asshole! Who does that? Holy fuck. Well, she still has her R, so it's fine, but holy fuck.
She realized that it had all been a ruse.
Oh.
Warwick tried to run away with the weapon, but once again Soraka called upon the power within her, and her power struck Warwick, searing his flesh and cursing him. He had no other choice but to run, leaving the knife covered in blood behind him. Soraka returned to ancient grove, but she was no more than human.
Imagine a Warwick running away from a Soraka in League of Legends. Oh my god. Ow, why?
There was no longer any point in her staying in the grove, and she clearly knew that.
Okay.
Betrayed and bitter, Soraka decided not to let the cruelty of one blind her to the suffering of the others. With the simple purpose of helping everyone on her way, she left her home to explore Valoran and seek out those in need.
You're playing ADC Soraka. I actually have seen ADC Sorakas. Because utility-wise, you're still fine. Like, you're not gonna pump the heals and stuff like that, but it's like the instant silence on targets just can fuck people over, and like until they leave that circle, you can just like AoE them down. So I can see it working to an extent. I would see it working well in mid, to be honest. More so than like bot lane, but fuck do I know. I'm not much of a support guy. I'm assuming you're playing crit Soraka, right? Massive crits? Massive banana crits?
Who was Warwick, and why did he betray Soraka, though?
Okay, so maybe this is clear on Warwick. Okay, so right now, let's recap real quick, because it's kind of weird. So Warwick brought his wife to Soraka to heal. She couldn't heal her. Is that why he made the ruse of fighting multiple people, so Soraka would come help him? Or was the wife not actually his wife, just to piss people off? Nasher Tooth on hit top lane. Oh, okay, yeah, I can see that. Though honestly, you might as well just play Senna at this point if you're just doing. Yeah. So okay. So the other option is that Warwick brought some random woman who he basically probably killed, or like made her to almost die, to Soraka to become her friend, her buddy, to then draw her out of her protected area to kill her? It's like, why did he do that? Let's see.
Warwick had always been a man revered for his abilities,
Warwick,
controversial
whatever.
ones, but certainly needed in both Noxus and Zorn.
Okay.
He was able to track down most people and bring them into laboratories for any type of scientific research that had to be performed. He had always been famous for his creative methods and determination, but soon he wanted to grasp more than this human form could allow him to. That is where he would reach out to a close friend of his, Singed, who had been working on a formula that could transform anyone into the perfect killer. To be fully effective, it required 3 components: steel from the mysterious Shadow Isles, a fang of a balefire direwolf, and the blood of celestial being.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, so it was all a ruse from the beginning. Okay, now I get it.
While the first 2 items were not a big problem to Warwick, with his widespread connections, the third element, celestial blood, had proven to be the most problematic for Warwick, as the only being rumoured to come from the Outer Realms was Soraka. Soon, he would come up with a plot involving a woman that he'd murdered and a couple of mercenaries. It took some time, but Warwick had managed to gain the trust of Soraka and lead her into
So option 2. It was option 2. Got it.
trusting the man. When she was most vulnerable, he had shoved a shift between her ribs and tried to run off with a sample of her blood. He did not expect her to call the magic upon himself. He'd barely made it back to Zorn. Furious and scarred, he demanded Singe to finish the potion without the last component, and drank it, ignoring his friend's warnings. The mixture had worked, turning Warwick into a creature between man and wolf, infused with raw strength.
Wait, I thought Soraka turned him into... well, no... Oh, okay, so Soraka seared his flesh, so he was, like, damaged beyond repair as far as, like, his appearance goes as a man. And then Singed Potion turned him into the wolf. Like the werewolf, basically.
And extraordinary senses,
Okay.
but also gifting him with animal-like instincts that would sometimes overcome his ability of clear thinking. Sometimes he would just lose control over himself, and he now seeks the blood of Soraka to create another
I knew it. I knew he is seeking her blood. At least I got that part right.
concoction that would stabilize his transformation.
I got one thing right.
He needs to do that before his mind gives up to the mindless urges of the beast.
Okay.
And that is all we prepared for you this week when it comes to lore of League of Legends. If you enjoyed what we prepared
That's not bad.
for you, let us know.
That's not bad. That doesn't contradict almost anything, so it's fine. We're totally fine with that. All right. We're on part 17 out of 160. 150. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. All right, let's go on to the next one.